Hello, back with another video. It's actually been quite a while since I've done one of these little gaming setup tours. I recently moved to a new house with my wife, and yeah, just wanted to show you my brand new setup. Starting off, I still have the same Vizio, I think it's a 50-inch 4K TV. Now, it's mounted on the wall instead of on the entertainment console. I wasn't really sure about having a wall-mounted TV, but honestly, I actually kind of like it. It doesn't strain my neck as much having it up here compared to down on the entertainment center. And then I still have my Vizio soundbar right there. It works fine where it is. I'd like to eventually get a shelf and mount it underneath the TV. Here we have my PS5. Absolutely love this thing. It was a bit tricky figuring out exactly how I wanted to set this up. I've always had mine horizontal. It does take up a little bit more room, but honestly, I kind of like where it is. It works. Down here we have my PlayStation 2. I actually haven't been using this a whole lot recently, and I figured I'd get more use out of it here in the living room compared to in the second bedroom that I have my secondary setup at. I also got an HDMI adapter, so it looks much, much cleaner on a modern TV. I also have a 500 gigabyte hard drive in here along with the free McBoot memory card, so I can play PS2 games off of the hard drive that's in there right now. Pretty slick. Down here is where we have my games. We got PS2, PS4, and PS5. These are the main systems that I play the most here in the living room. Inside the cabinet, definitely looks a lot different compared to the last time you saw it. It is a bit messy. I still have to clean things up a little bit. But the way I have it right now, I have my Switch dock in here. I have the PlayStation VR camera in here. Since I don't really use my VR1 headset very much, I figured I would just have this in storage and just take it out whenever I need to use it. We got our security system that we had set up at our old house. Haven't set it up at our new house quite yet. We got the PSVR 2 controllers. And in this bin is where I have all the controllers for the systems that I have out here. So Switch, PS2, PS4, and PS5. I do still have my other systems, but for that, let's take a trip upstairs. Oh, and also, you no longer have to hear the loud-ass washer and dryer from my recording setup because it's on the main floor and my secondary setup is on the second floor. And yeah, I can't even hear these things running while I'm up there. No more hearing the loud-ass washer and dryer in the background. Thank God. And here's my secondary setup. So this is where I have the rest of my consoles as well as my gaming PC, as well as where I am going to be working on YouTube projects and computer projects. I have everything mostly set up the way I want it to. I still have to make a few adjustments here and there, but for the most part, I do quite like it. Starting from the right, we have my printer/scanner, just in case I need to print off or scan any documents. My original Xbox, including a obligatory paper clip because the drive gets stuck. I'll fix that eventually, but it's still functional. My PlayStation 3, still love and play this thing daily. My Windows XP version 2.0 gaming PC. This is a Dell Vostro 220, and it is a beast of a retro gaming PC. It's got a Core 2 Duo, 4 gigs of RAM, 250 gig hard drive, and a GeForce GTX 460. Yeah, this thing pretty much handles everything that I throw at it. Up here we have my primary gaming PC. This is one of these ASRock Desk Meet bare bones PCs. I did a video about this a while ago when I first got this thing. Yeah, I still have it. I still use it, and it is great. Current specs as of recording this video is a 12th gen Intel Core i3 processor, 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte NVMe SSD, and a 2 terabyte SATA SSD, and a GeForce RTX 3050. I use this thing for pretty much everything from gaming to video editing and virtual machines. And yeah, this thing is quite the workhorse. It is fantastic. I'd like to do a few upgrades on it eventually, especially maybe upgrading to like a Core i5 processor. But for what it is right now, like, it is pretty much all I need, and then some. Here we have my external hard drive. This is my master backup of pretty much, well, all of my files. All of my personal documents, my games, my videos, pretty much every single piece of digital content that I have goes on here. It's a 6 terabyte hard drive, and yeah, like I said, this is pretty much my master backup. I would like to get some sort of NAS eventually, but for the time being, it's exactly what I need. I have my mouse and keyboard for my gaming PC. Nothing special, but it gets the job done. Here is my Xbox One S. Still play this thing daily, and I love how ridiculously cheap games are becoming for this thing. Plus, I use this as my primary Ultra HD Blu-ray player and media center, and it does a fantastic job doing that. It still has the original 500 gig hard drive. I would like to upgrade to like a 1 or 2 terabyte eventually, but I do still have a external 2 terabyte hard drive, which still works perfectly fine. Here we have that same 24-inch Vizio TV that I've had for the longest time. It's 1080p, and that's pretty much all it has going for it. Built-in speakers are mediocre, the back I/O is lacking, and it suffers from horrible ghosting, which I still have no idea how to fix. But other than that, it still works fine. It'll have to do for now until it quits working, then I'll eventually upgrade. Here we have my HDMI switcher. This is where all of my devices are hooked up to, because this stupid TV only has one HDMI port. So having this HDMI switcher is definitely a necessity. Plus, it comes with a little remote. Here is my secondary monitor. I think it's a 19-inch Scepter brand. It's only 900p, but it works well enough as a second screen. Plus, I use this for my Windows XP gaming PC. Picture quality is pretty decent, although the built-in speakers are lackluster. I would like to eventually upgrade to a slightly bigger secondary screen, maybe have it be 1080p or even 1440p. That would definitely be nice. It'll have to do for the time being. Here we have my Wii U. Still love and play this thing to this day. Here we have a LED lamp / phone charger. Love this thing. Use it all the time. Makes it really nice to do videos. We have plenty of extra space for computer projects and working on videos. And then I also have a fan set up here because, well, with this being on the second floor of the house, I have no idea why, but it gets really hot up here, no matter how low I set the AC. So this is definitely a necessity. It gets real hot up here. To the right of my setup is where I have some extra storage. I have my battery-operated air duster for dusting off electronics. Got some screen cleaning spray, a mishmash of just random stuff I have to yet go through. I just moved into this place like 2 days ago, and I have yet to really figure out exactly where I want things to go. So yeah, this is exactly why I have this stuff here. I'll figure out what to do with it eventually. Right here I have some storage totes. I have yet to label them, but at least the way I have it right now, the top one is all of my extra controllers for the consoles that I have up here. This one has all my personal important documents and whatnot. This one is where I have most of my CDs, blank discs, a PS2 hard drive adapter for some reason. I also have my boxed PC games in here, as well as some empty boxes for various Switch and 3DS games that I own. In the cabinet to the left, I've got some printer paper, a binder of the rest of my PC games that I don't have boxes to. Got some zip ties and cable ties, some miscellaneous pens and pencils and USB drives. And on the bottom shelf, I have my 3DS, my PSP, and my Anbernic handheld retro emulator. We have a back massager here, really comes in handy for long hours of gaming or video editing. On the right side of the room is where I have my backpack that has my stuff for my main laptop. I also have a few games and knickknacks set up here. I've got a Lego Apple Macintosh, Mystery Science Theater 3000, love that. A poster of Super Mario Bros. Wonder that I got when I pre-ordered the game. The infamous bootleg Lego Clip-It. We have a Lego Nintendo Famicom. My wife made this for me, and I absolutely love it. It turned out great. My one and only Smash Bros. Mario amiibo. Still the only amiibo that I have. Maybe I'll get some more eventually. Moving down the shelf, we have my original Xbox games. We've got some plug-in air fresheners, a little Bob Ross bobblehead that my wife got me for some reason, but oddly enough, I love it. We have my Xbox One games, my PS3 games, and my Xbox 360 games. Over by the windowsill, we have some more storage. In here, we've got my Bluetooth speaker, some power adapters. I also have all of my like USB and video cable adapters in here as well. Here's where I have my PSVR and VR2 headsets. Down in this cabinet, we've got a drawer that has all of my miscellaneous computer parts, such as fan connectors, memory, extra screws, thermal pads, thermal paste, and a few other little miscellaneous things. Yeah, I really like it. On the bottom left side, we've got my various tools, a storage box that is plumb full of miscellaneous cords and cables that I have. This basically has everything from HDMI cords, USB cords, Ethernet cables, AV cables, pretty much all of that stuff goes right in here. Oh, I also have my main laptop up here. This is an HP Victus laptop. I originally had I think it was an HP ProBook, and it had an 8th gen Core i5 in it. And that was fine for a few years, but it was definitely showing its age. So I found a really, really good deal on this during Black Friday and decided to get myself a new laptop. It's got a 7000 series Ryzen 5 processor. That's a 6-core processor as well. It's got dedicated AMD Radeon RX 6550M graphics with 4 gigabytes of video memory. It's got a 500 gigabyte SSD, 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, and a 1080p screen with 144 hertz refresh rate. It is quite nice. And compared to my old laptop, this thing wipes the floor with it in terms of virtual machines and especially video editing. Just like at the old house, we've got a closet here, which in here is pretty much exactly, or at least similar to how I had it set up at the old place. This is where all of my computer stuff and various games and movies go. So on the left here, we've got a storage container filled with all of my extra mice and keyboards, as well as power adapters for my laptops. In this bin, we've got some various extra parts for my computers that I own. We've got this metal shelf that basically has all of my laptops as well as my Xbox 360. I'm not entirely sure where exactly I'm going to put this right now, which is why it's in storage for the time being. We also have my Sphero, which I've had for the longest time. I absolutely have no idea if it still works. I haven't used it in several years. We also have my hard drive docking station. In this bin, I have my PS5 and PlayStation VR controller chargers. I also have an Xbox 360 Kinect in there. And here's where I have all my 2.5-inch hard drives and SSDs, and some various bins that is full of like SATA and IDE cables, graphics cards, cooling fans. Pretty much all of it goes into these and is organized by whatever type of component it is. Down here we have my trusty Dell Dimension 3000. Never going to get rid of this thing, considering it's my childhood PC. It'll definitely continue to have appearances on this channel. In this bottom bin, I got some various CDs and DVDs that I have yet to organize. And down here is my brand new testing bench. I haven't shown this thing off yet, but this is my testing bench version 3.0. It's got an 8th gen Core i3, 32 gigs of DDR4 memory, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth card, 512 gig NVMe SSD, and a 1 terabyte hard drive, a 750 watt power supply, and is built on this really nice and convenient testing bench. I absolutely love this thing. So yeah, that is my gaming setup for 2025. I absolutely love it, and it'll give me a lot more space for doing videos. I do apologize for the lack of content for 2025 so far, but I have been ridiculously busy with the moving. So now that everything is all said and done, I will have a lot more time on my hands to make content. And I have quite a few ideas in the pipeline. Stay tuned. So, thank you all for watching, and see you next time.